And we are now live in the game here between People of Gaming here and what's the other team here? Shoot, Rapid Rabbits. But a little bit easier for me today because I have two blue side teams here, so definitely not too bad there. So get a little excited about this game here. So I am looking forward to that. Sorry, I need to make the Older League Week 7 announcement. Older League Week 7 is now live. Oops, sorry guys. I have certain hotkeys, change this stuff. It's lovely, you know. The People's feature night of the people, the game XD. Cool. So something to note is there is an e-sub on the blue side here for Brink, and there's also for the jungler of People of Gaming here, and on the red side we do have a sub here in the top lane, so definitely a little both rosters a little bit outside of the comfort zone here, but definitely should make it a more interesting game in my opinion. So we'll have to see how these rosters pan out. So you'll notice a Kale, a Vladimir, a Silas band, all three very good bands. Just in general, they're just really strong champions. It would be nice to not see them in this game, which we will not. On the red side here, they're banning away Zoe, getting rid of that stupid AP poke. Lissandra's in ban, definitely stupid to engage. Zenzao ban must be a favorite of Brink in the jungle here. So, and J4 is first picked here. Definitely a nice flex pick possible between Brink and Mystical Road. These guys go way back here. There's actually a lot of long-time Elder League players here or previous mods. So definitely the People's team right here on the left side. So we'll see how it goes. What even is this right here? X-Re. Nice. Alright, and then Morgana being picked. Definitely a really strong champion on this patch right now. Even though I got some slight AP nerfs, support Morgana is still very strong. Pocket Cookies does play quite a bit of this. We've seen Flyers, though, not getting his favorite J4, but looks like he's going to lock in that Nocturne right there. Definitely a nice champion to have, especially when paired with Morgana. It makes the Nocturne able to fly in more and be more effective at diving the back line, making sure he's going to keep priority target. Or if you land the Morgana's snare, just because you flash away doesn't mean the Nocturne can just ult and murder you and finish you off, because usually when that Morgana Dark Binding lands, you are almost dead. It's definitely really nice there. Also, the global pressure on the Nocturne ult is always great right there. Kaisa being picked here now on the second rotation in response to this Morgana here, so we'll have to see if they pick their entire bot lane right now or if they're going to do something a little interesting, but I would assume they would pick their support right here into this Morgana. Assume it's not a Morgana mid. Most people don't play Morgana mid, especially if these nerfs with the AP Morgana being nerfed really heavily. You do not want to pick. And there's Tom Kench, definitely a very strong pick in Morgana. Anytime she lands that Dark Binding, anytime the Nocturne's coming on, you just wait for him to fly, figure out what target he's going, and just eat the dude. The Kench just he eats the dude. He eats the dude, goes nom, and this guy is safe. This guy is in my belly, nice and fat, and it is a great time right there. So we'll have to see what the answer here. Do they pick a really aggressive ADC? Do they pick maybe Ezreal, someone that scales much later? Yeah, and they're going to pick a more passive lane where it's like all they're trying to do is scale here and get into the mid game. Because there's not much a Kench can really do to you in lane unless you run at him, then he has some type of advantage. Only when you're in melee range of this Kench can he actually do something to you. So definitely not a bad choice from them. So have to see how this goes. Second round rotation bans here. The Riven is banned away here from Mystical Rogue. Definitely not a bad option. So, and we'll have to see what the response is. I would assume they're going to hit the top lane and mid lane here from both teams. Yep, there's an Urgot ban. And I would assume maybe both teams just opt to have, two top lane bans here. Definitely would prefer that as opposed to doing something else. So, but they did throw 2 mid lane bans earlier. It would be interesting to see if they actually decide to blind pick it, a mid laner, or how they decide to go around this, because it's kind of like if you're throwing bans and using your resources on you know, mid lane bans or top lane bans. They've got 2 on both now on the side. Red side here is like, what do you first pick in this rotation here? You're kind of spreading your bans out when you could have really hammered someone down. But if they're planning on blind picking a top laner and they have one in mind, then that goes with their composition. Then maybe those are the 2 champions that just smash them, and they're just trying to make sure they get a nice laning phase here. So Urgot was banned away. Same concept on the other side here. They did technically ban 2 flex picks between the Silas and Vladimir, so that's always a good idea. But we'll have to see if they offer something else. Ooh, that's a no ban. That's right. They have an E-sub. They were actually supposed to miss their first ban. Shouldn't have banned Kale, actually. Shame on them. Tisk tisk. But it's not worth remaking a draft over or anything like that. So Sniper now thinking about what he's going to lock in. I would assume it's going to be a top laner blind, because it could be into that J4. But we'll have to see. It looks like it is the Shen blind. Definitely a solid option if they pick another tank in the top lane, which they might be gearing up to do with this Kai'Sa right now. Never a bad option in my opinion. But the thing is, now it's going to lane against a Shen, who should be able to bully him. But there is an Akali being hovered right now, and that could be flexing the top lane, could be facing the Shen, and that is a bully lane if I've ever seen one. Kennen also, we've seen Mystical Rogue do monstrous things on a Kennen before. I would like to see that again, honestly, against Shen. Definitely just bully this melee matchup, make it so hard for him to leave this lane and, you know, use the Stand United to help somewhere else in the map. But the Shen and Nocturne combo is very good. Essentially, you use Nocturne when he ults in and comes barreling down into the enemy team. He's got a Shen in his back pocket, using the ultimate on him, giving him that extra shield, and then also just puts the Shen in the middle of the team. Shen just gets to taunt people, bring them forward, and there is the Zed blind there for Aloy here on the side of People of Gaming. So definitely kind of throwing the gauntlet to Brutus Muffins, like, hey, what you got, bud? What is your answer to this? Is it Anivia? And it is Anivia, actually. Wow. Something to note, Anivia does have that egg passive where after he dies the first time and on a 5-minute cooldown just about, he will go into the egg. Does give him some extra survivability. Zed can't just aggressively dive him under turret, ult him, and just kill him unless he's already popped that egg. The thing is, also, Anivia is kind of decent to Zed in the terms of he can instantly clear the wave and walk away and just not interact with the Zed. The Zed only has that arguably 2-second window, maybe even less than that, to even all in on this Anivia and actually trying to secure that kill. And he's even going, looks like he's going to go barrier even, so definitely going to have that. And then he's also going to have a Shen in his back pocket. Whenever whoever ults this Zed ults later on in the game, there might be a Shen ult right on top of them. Maybe instead they offer that instead of having Nocturne jump barrel on the back line, and then it's like this Zed cannot just, you know, 1v9 engage. But Brinks, J4, Kennen on Mystical Rogue's Kennen definitely could be a huge impact maker in this game, in my opinion. Definitely could be massive teamfight wins just from those 2 ultimates alone right there between the Electric Maelstrom and the Jarvan Cataclysm. So we'll have to see about that. I would have preferred, I do like seeing this high DPS mid laner. I would have liked to see instead of this Ezreal, maybe they do something with, I mean, I talked about having a weak laning phase, but like maybe something like, I don't even know, Jinx or Sivir. Just something that could more easily and reliably just, you know, not have to work, like that could do more DPS. But they opted for the Ezreal. And they do have a lot of bursts on their team. They have the dark binding, they have the Anivia Q, which I don't remember the name of, and they have Ezreal Qs to spam out here. So it's not the worst thing, but it's just their front line is Shen. But if this Nocturne gets going, if Flyers takes over this game, that's how this team wins. That's how Rapid Rabbits win here. On the other side, for the blue side here, People of Gaming, it could be the Kai'Sa, it could be the Zed, it could honestly be Mystical Rogue, it could be even Brink. If any one of them is popping off, it could be a very quick game here, in my opinion. Especially if it's Brink getting ahead. I think that would be the biggest one, along with Mystical Rogue, because Mystical Rogue has had good flanks. So as long as he continues to have those good flanks, I think him being ahead would be pretty big. And getting him ahead against a split push Shen here, that's probably going to eventually arise here. Very important. I would expect junglers to come top lane quite a bit. They don't want to go bot lane. They're both super defensive. There's like a Morgana Dark Binding, or a Morgana Black Shield, and an Ezreal Arcane Shift away. Your gank's done on J4. On the flip side, it's like, unless you're going for the Tahm Kench, the Kai'Sa just going to get eaten, and she runs away as well. They don't have enough CC, I think, in this bot lane. for either side here to really lock somebody down and then have them kill them with a Nocturne and Ezreal early into the game. Mid lane, like I said before, I think early game it might be favored for the Anivia, but as the game progresses, it's going to be easier and easier for the Zed to almost one-shot the Anivia and just on cooldown, on the ultimate cooldown, just immediately jump on the dude, deny him from that 2-second window of farming out the wave real fast and then running away. So I hope to see Brink and Flyers here duking it out in the 2v2. It definitely could go either way depending on how these players play it out. Yeah, it really depends on, does Brink land a knockup, a 2-man knockup even, or does he land his Qs? On the other side, Nocturne, if he can spell shield it, if he can get a sphere off on somebody, that would also spell a win from them. So definitely very volatile top lane 2v2 in my opinion. So we'll have to see where that goes. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to wait for the game to start. So stay tuned, guys. Elder League Week 7, Game 1 here coming on in a second. So stay hyped up. Whew. And we are on the rift now. Holy crap, that is so off-centered. Sorry, this really bothers me. Game's gonna stay a little frozen while that's messed up. Alright, we're back into the game here. 5-point defense from both teams. Nothing too out of the ordinary here, so it's kind of what I would expect from both of these teams. And honestly, these are the rune choices I'd expect. Kleptomancy in the top lane for this Kennen, who's going to be bullying the Shen a lot. Shen's going to go the Grasp. Definitely can do prep the charge and the minion wave, and then go for a taunt and all in. Trying to get that Grasp proc, and also using the shield, be able to walk away from those short straights, but uses quite a bit and has to make sure it doesn't get all in during that time. So Flyers going the lethal tempo Nocturne, always. I think honestly that's one of the better rune choices. I think it's either that or Hail Blades is what most people are going. Some people go Electrocute, but that's what Brink and Aloy on this duo here has gotten. Honestly, these two could be very deadly come mid game, where it's just they're just this gang squad where they just immediately burst people down and destroy them. Honestly, so gonna have to keep an eye on that. But looks like both junglers here starting on their red, so something to note right there. So Flyers getting a small leash here from Shen, but doesn't look like the bot lane here for the side of Rabid Rabbits is They're actually gonna get level 2 ganks, so this might backfire really badly. But all right, they're thinking about it. But Brink is still here. All right, he's probably gonna. You know, he might be going for it. It looks like he is right now. There he is right there. Does have the flying drive. There is the exhaust right there. Electrocute does proc. One more auto might have killed it right there, but Pocket Cookie's able to walk her way out of that. Oof, that was rough to watch. Where did this thing go? Isn't there usually a thing here? On the bottom left? Did I disable that by messing with stuff? I'm clicking a bunch of random... Oh, I don't want to click these buttons. I should mess with this later. Oh, wait, you can do this? I never do this. Anyway. Now shenanigans going. Now the junglers are vertical jungling, so J4 is taking the enemy blue buff, but on the other side, Flyer is now taking the enemy blue buff as well. So both junglers kind of in the same spot, matching themselves in their tempo and in their speed here. The J4 clearing a little bit faster, was to be expected early game because J4 I think is a little bit faster in the clear since he's so auto-reliant here on the Nocturne. So something to note though is that it's actually really dangerous that Mystical Rogue is this far pushed up because it just gives so much gank area that this Nocturne can get behind him. But honestly, due to Nocturne's first clear being so slow and most Nocturnes thinking I need to farm till 6, then I can get the ultimate gank off, he might opt to not do anything there. So now taking his Raptor camp as well. So both junglers actually they're literally doing the same thing at the same time. It's actually kind of insane. So well done by them. So that's honestly a good thing. Flyer's now gonna go check his jungle. Gonna realize, yeah, we've been vertical jungling this whole time, hopefully, and not commit too crazy to that. So no crazy CS leads going on right now, but because of the Kleptomancies, I expect this ADC and this top laner on red and blue side respectively will each get their own little lead there and maybe be up an item or half an item or at least a component on their opponent here. So that will eventually grow as the time, you know, lapses here. So yeah, you see there's already a nice health lead here in the top lane as well. So watching quite a bit of the bot lane. It's actually pretty odd in my opinion. So not too much action, honestly. Both of the junglers now doing their Krugs as well. So these junglers are literally doing the same thing at the same time, which kind of shows you the way they're thinking and what they're planning on doing is exactly the same. The thing is they have Brink on the bot side close to this Infernal Drake that just now spawned here at 5 minutes. So yeah, and the bot lane here immediately going to go ward it, make sure that he's not sitting there, was immediately trying to do it the second it spawned. So nice job by them. Also getting ward in the tri-brush so they don't get, you know, ganked or anything like that. But J4 might be looking to come through lane right now. So, but meanwhile on the top lane, Flyers is here, and there is the taunt right there via V-Snake, and Mystical Rogue has nowhere he can really run to. There's the fear, well done by the Nocturne here, and that is first blood for Flyers on this Nocturne. It's actually pretty crucial. He got a free level 6 kill, an actual gank, and that's kind of going back to what I was saying. It's like Brink is hovering on the spot side here. He's not actually committing to going with Mystical Rogue, who's just pushed in the whole time. And Flyer decides finally, you know what, I should go and gank this dude. This dude's been playing so aggressive. And because of that now, they have this nice 10 CS lead. Kennen is using his TP, did use his TP top lane here. So gonna get a wave right here. But honestly, that still might be like a 5 CS, like a whole wave worth of lead here for the Shen. So as long as he doesn't miss too much CS on his way back, he should be good. So well played there by Mr. Flyer. So, and for some reason we're just watching the spot lane constantly. I do not understand why. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I messed with the hotkeys. I'm trying to figure out how to get that thing back. Oh, it actually bothering me. Alright, whatever. I really just do not know. Maybe if I click a champion. Ah! If I click a champion, it came back. What? Alright, whatever. Anyway, Nivea is now level 6. Has the tier up, starting to stack that up. The Ezra also has a tier. So double tier coming out from Rabbits right now. So definitely looking to get that going, get that stacking. But Mystical Rogue doing his best, trying to bully here Beast Snake, but he does have the Spectre's Cowl, which definitely helps him eat up a lot of these autos. RGFB definitely helps him heal up, so definitely not the worst thing here, not a huge trouble for him, but they have to be careful with, obviously they just got to make sure the Shen level 6 does not actually have a huge impact or anything like that, so nice try there by Sniper and Pocket Cookies, well done. These two seem to be coming along pretty nicely, able to lane very well, very aggressively. And, albeit this isn't really a hard lane to lane in since, you know, it's a Tom Kench Kaisa. They're not really going to walk up and try and kill you, so don't have to worry about that too much. But there is 3 guys up here about to come on this Shen, so got to be a little careful. Maybe he's sniffing this out right here with Brink, but Brink's going in right now. Zed is coming along as well. There's the flash ultimate right there, but there's immediately Beast Snake gonna have to go down right there, and teleport used here by Nivea gonna be wasted, honestly. Cannot cancel that TP anymore, if you guys recall. Now bot lane is level 6, does have a level 6 advantage. Ooh, that binding landed surprisingly, so surprised that Tom Kent should not go for the eat right there, probably saving it for the Ezra ulti or something along those lines. So Sniper getting quite a bit of Kleptomancy stacks, yeah, sitting about 300 gold gain. Meanwhile, on top lane, it's pretty even. Nocturne, though, being caught here, doing the Drake. There is the Shen ult on top of the Nocturne ult right there, so definitely a lethal combo. J4 going in right now, 1v3, though, and that is not where you want to be there, Brink, so he's going to get taken down. 2 free kills brought over to the red side, as well as they stole that Drake, surprisingly enough. Meanwhile, Brutus Muffin's going to have to be a little careful here in the top lane. Mystical Rogue immediately going for all lane. Does get the stun. There's Brutus Muffin. Has no mana. So there's no retaliation from that mid laner right there onto him. So definitely well done. And look at this squad right here. Now this Nocturne and Shen are now just kind of holding hands, walking around the map, looking to make things happen here. So definitely a very lethal combo, as I mentioned earlier, where they can do quite a bit. Flyer's now going to hold the mid lane. And he's just looking to get some extra CS, get some extra farm. He's hitting level 7 now. He's at literally the same as the solo laners here, 1 level underneath the mid laner, so doing really well. Meanwhile, in the top lane, notice that there is level 6 Brink still, so definitely slowing himself down by giving away that death right there earlier. So, and it definitely comes back to what I was talking about, having a sub jungler at the last second, and, you know, it's a lot harder. It's like this person does not normally play with the team. You have to coordinate things like that, so you don't have that kind of coordination when they're in E-sub, you know. So, but hopefully they can make it happen. Definitely could be a very lethal combo between those two. Ooh, Mystical Rogue looking for an all-in of some sort right there, but just trying to freeze a wave, it looks like, almost. So now he denies Beast Snake so much CS here by doing this. Has the stopwatch enabled now, so that is now available. Tom Kench, though, is looking to roam with the ultimate, considering Kaisa's left, but not able to do anything right there, so he's just going to back off. So something to note is Kaisa going with the BF source, so not doing the standard Storm Razor into Pickaxe Rush, who then, you know, he gets, which gets his Q, and then he gets Berserker Greaves, and then the Rage Blade, and with all those items now, he finally has, you know, his Q and his E upgraded really quickly, and has that extra power in his pocket, so surprised that has not come out. But meanwhile, Zed, Aloy, gonna have to bear the brunt of the blue buff and Nivea, who's just gonna sit here and just spam all his abilities, stack up his tier as best he can. You actually got a Kyla second out, so he might be going Roa, a Roa rush after that. And there's actually a J4 down, and but it is a party in the mid lane right now. Brutal Muffin does have a black shield on him, but there's a TP coming out. Dark Rent's very well done by eating him, but an Ezra ult just barely goes wide. Ooh, Flyers trying to get the flash Q fade away. But here's a Kennen ultimate right there. Gonna take down Flyers. Stunning up the Morgana and the turret. Palkuli's gonna have to be careful. But here comes a Zed possibly. But Mystical Rogue is actually sitting in the Nivea ultimate. So gonna have to be a little careful there. But ooh, that was a close team fight. Ooh, Kaisa might go for this. And yeah, she does go for that. Almost one auto away. But that Nivea does still have egg, I believe. So not worth it. And here comes Sniper right now. Does have the Iceborne Gauntlet. Yep, there's Dark Rents eating up the Kaisa, making sure Shimano can walk away. Looking to go on Beast Snake, and these teams are just like barely kiting these things out. 1 kill for each team is actually the final recipe there. So definitely a close team fight or skirmish. It's kind of hard to characterize what it is. Characterize this honestly. So just because it's like not really full committal from either team. Sniper well done right there. Kind of blast gun away. This should. I'm wondering how badly these teams will fight over Ocean Drake. It's not something you want to fight this much over, but if you're on the red side here, you're up 2 kills, you're up 2k gold, about 1k really. Do you try and up the tempo? Do you try to force more of these team fights, or do you continue to try and play around Flyers ult and Beast Snake's ultimate together, which Flyers almost up right now. Beast Snake is up right now, so he can honestly sit in that top lane, even though his TP is down, but Mystical Rogue does have his TP up. A flank ward could definitely spell disaster, especially in this Dragon Pit. So I just don't know if they're feeling ready with the tiers. I mean, the Ezreal does have his Iceborne. Nivea almost has his road completed, has the Blasting Wand on top of the Catalyst, so probably needs another, like, I think 700 gold. Yeah, she's at 600 right now, so probably another wave or 2, and that would actually be in her back pocket if she wants it. So I'll have to see where she goes with that, but 2k gold lead now on the side of Rabid Rabbits. Definitely could still be anyone's game, though, because I would honestly say up until 25 minutes, you know, this Rabid Rabbits team comp should be really strong, should be winning these fights. They have the huge mid-game spike of the Ezreal and the Nivea, who scales into later, but it's mainly the Ezreal and Nocturne together make this a very nice early game comp, in my opinion. So obviously turret playing now down, so I think that's also a big part of the lead here, is mainly just turret playing taking mid, turret playing taking a bot. The only turret playing they could have maybe gotten was in top, but Flyers now trying to solo the Drake, but again, he might be caught out trying to do this really greedily. He's going to have to run to his own jungle there, so did not give away a death this time and bit his team into a bad fight. So making sure Brutus Muffin might be in a little trouble here. There is a Brink right here. He is going to go for it right now, actually, but the stun does land. But there is the Shen ultimate well played right there. Here comes the Nocturne ultimate right now. Oh, going straight for this J4, but he's actually getting stunned up, knocked up. He's almost taken down, actually, but Dark Rents is the one finally getting the kill. But there's the Ezreal ultimate. He gets the 2 kills right there. Oh, my goodness. A 1 kill right there and an assist on the other one. But here comes Mystical Rogue and the Kaisa together. They do have the Nivea and the egg, but Nivea is about to come up here. Can immediately throw out a stun right now. And, oh, there it is. Right on the Dark Binding. Oh, and it's right now Beast Snake comboing with that very nicely right there with the taunt. Ooh, Sniper immediately flashing forward, trying to get a kill here. He thinks he's got it, but is going to take some poke damage from the turret and the Zed Shadow. So, and I think in the end of all of that craziness ends up being a 1 for 2 in favor of Rabid Rabbits, and they do get this mid turret. Maybe they immediately go over to this Drake. Flyers is back up, could be walking straight down there, but they do have fairly low health bars, but one Infernal Drake in their pocket, and then another Ocean Drake honestly could be looking good for this team, especially if they're trying to wear out any poke that this Zed could do. It gives them better control over objectives and lets them stay on the map quicker, or longer, so definitely wouldn't be a bad option. But Brink is looking to maybe take a steal, but Shen secures the dragon here, and now they're just going to walk away, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, a little over-aggression by Flyers there in the mid lane, resulted in him getting taken down, but he went down into enemy support, so it's kind of like, and it took 3 autos for him to finally take him down. It's like he was like that sliver HP, and you go like, someone's gonna kill him, right? And then the Tom Catch is like, fine, fuck it, I'm taking the kill. I'm gonna give him the lick, you know. And he finally takes him down, but I mean, like, Mystical Rogue had a decent ult there, but just not able to do enough. And that was honestly a good Shen ult right there to make sure that Brutus Muffin stays safe and can actually survive that gank. Honestly, they could have just done that and backed off, but they decided, let's commit more resources. We committed Shen to over here. We might as well try and force the Kennen to TP over here. Didn't force the TP, sadly, because he was already walking down, but Definitely a nice. It's just pretty much on cooldowns. You see the fight erupt in mid lane, and you know one of the teams wins, which both times have been Rapids, and that's what goes on there. So interesting that Brink decided he's gonna take the blue buff here. Not having the best jungle game here, 0-3 and 3. I think he did go the Warrior enchant, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did go the Warrior enchant. So definitely has a little bit more burst and a little bit more oomph against his burst with his combo, but gonna have to see where that ends up. So it looks like there's 2 people now top lane. There's a Zed roaming up there and definitely gonna kind of give it away that maybe Flyer should evacuate the premises there. So he's gonna go away. Ezreal finishing his man to me right there and even getting an extra longsword. What's funnier is Ezreal decided instead of going Sorcerer Shoes or I think some people go Ionian in some cases or Berserker Greaves if you're really weird on Ezreal. He goes for the Ninja Tabby. He sees all the CC on the other team and he goes like, I need Berserk. I need the Ninja Tabby. They're gonna be autoing me a lot. So I don't agree with that at all. Actually, I think Kai says, yeah, she might auto you a lot, but I think Merc Tracks would have been better. I think Sorcerer Shoes would have been the best option as it normally is on Ezreal, unless he's going to go only the AD build, in which case maybe he should have gone Ionian so he can get full CDR, since he's not going to go the Ludens build, well, instead of this, because he no longer gets second tier. Brink is on a ward. Going to have to be a little careful right there. Mystical Rogue kind of give it, doesn't actually have that ward. It was actually really just a blind thing. He just kind of knew, but Darkrant's realizing there's a ward. Brink's been standing on that for who knows how long now. So kind of feel like a dum-dum there in my opinion. Something interesting to note, he hasn't actually remembered to switch to sweeper. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but usually as a jungler by this point you want to be on the sweeper. Make sure, yeah, if you're going for one of those cheeky little plays that you're not actually found out. So, and pretty much leaving these 2 in the bot lane to just, you know, 1v1 and farm it out. It looks like it's been going in the favor of Sniper. Sniper now up 20 CS from his counterpart. And Nivea now up 20 CS as well. The only lane that seems to be winning, and in my opinion, seems to be the top lane here, up 30 CS on this Kennen. But, I mean, can Mystical Rogue carry these team fights so hard that the Shen does not become a non-factor? I mean, it's a Shen. He's a tank. He's going to have some type of impact for his team at all times, I think. So, just once he finishes an item, because he has, like, Spectre's Gal, a Chain Vest, and Vommy Cinder, he doesn't actually complete an item yet, but once he completes an item, I feel like he will start getting extra tanky. He will looking really good. Sniper just keeps landing these things. Good grief, living up to his name right there. And something to note is Sniper is actually up almost 1.5k, 2k gold here, due to the Kleptomancy. So meanwhile on top lane there's only a 900 gold lead. So Sniper definitely getting the better end of these Kleptomancy procs. Flyers though did secure the Rift Herald. It was actually really big that they snuck that under the eyes here of people of gaming, did not get caught. So this will help them build their lead even more. Ooh, very good backstop on Brink here. So they didn't even know he was there. They thought maybe the bot lane was in there. So they see both of the bot lanes and they hit somebody, like, ooh, that means somebody's here, run. So definitely good job by the Morgana. So, and Ezreal already upgraded his tier here at 20 minutes. So definitely this is the real power spike of Ezreal. Is having the Iceborne Gauntlet, having the Viramane done. Meanwhile, in mid lane, the Nivea has purchased Azanias, has the road completed at 6 stacks here. Flyers should be looking to use this Rift Herald, I think, in mid or bot lane, considering that you have push in both of those. Don't bother with the top lane. You're never gonna get past this Kennen. Honestly, like, yeah, they're about to lose a turret up there just for free, just because of the time. But another Infernal Drake is here. Definitely would love to get that. They do have mid priority, so someone needs to either go catch that wave or they go for the steal here. Ooh, Brink is not able to finish there, so is going to have to give away his life there since he flagged and dragged over. Looks like so. Now do they just immediately go, let's pop the Rift Herald bot lane, let's start pushing the game, let's push the tempo really hard. Now they have double Inferno, definitely helps. There's a Rift Herald right there being popped, so definitely I think this is the right call, right decision, but they have to be careful. Mystical Rogue is actually down here. He's actually walked all the way from top lane down, but there's the Nivea in mid lane pushing that in, but Mystical Rogue is about to get here on the side right when Flyers goes too aggressively too far. Oh, he messed up his his shadow right there that actually could be pretty huge, but I think he's still gonna get the ultimate. There is the Kennen ultimate, but does not hit onto Sniper or Paga Cookies in the back line. Flyer's still alive, actually. There's a Dark Binding landing. We're gonna force a Tom Kench eating, but that means he does not have that up for another 8 or 10 seconds. So does Sniper go ham? Can he actually make this happen? He's actually take a full damage Q. There is the Jarvan Flag and Drag, but actually there is a lot of return damage here. Ooh, Sniper almost baiting Samato in with the ult. But meanwhile, Anivia pushed in mid lane, took the inner turret, and is now at inhibitor turret. Mystical Rogue is going to have... Ooh, that's such a clean engage right there, but does not have the team to back him up. Ooh, Mystical Rogue almost dead right there. One more auto would take him down, I think. Yeah, and there's the flash auto. And that means Brutus Muffin taking down Mystical Rogue while he's actually taking the base. That is pretty huge, I think, on the side of Rapid Res. And they're just opening up this game here. Definitely looking very strong right here. And just having, I think, more team cohesion between these players, I think, is kind of what this comes down to. It's not like individual plays are winning this game, albeit there was some individual flubs. Mystical Rogue could have gone around the tri-bush there instead of going straight through it into the... Whenever they're being too aggressive, you definitely want to be going around. Make sure you're hitting Pocket Cookies and Sniper. That way they have to choose who do they Black Shield, who do they actually save in those situations. But now the Nivea and the Morgana both have a Zhonya's completed, so it makes it much harder for the Zed to all-in somebody and take them down. Gunblade looking like it's almost completed here. Seraph's completed for the Nivea. I'm pretty sure this Ezreal is sitting on. Yeah, Oh, he just backed recently, so not sitting on too much gold right now, so not able to complete that. Meanwhile, Shen has completed 2 items. His components have been completed. He has a Sunfire Cape, and he has an Adaptive Helm for the Kennen as well, so, which honestly, to some extent, applies to this, which definitely helps against the, I'm blanking, Kaisa here, but Nivea gonna have to be low. There is a nice wall right there from Mystical Rogue. Gonna force out the Electric Maelstrom right there, but Brutus Muffin just walks away, gets the Black Shield. Now he's going to flash right there, thinking he can just fight his way out. Not able to do that. Brutus still looking for something there. Nivea will almost probably back off cooldown, arguably. So, but Mystical Rogue able to finagle his way out of there, right into the belly of the Tom Kench and get out. So well done by him, but did have to burn his flash. Did not have to burn the Zhonya's, luckily, but the flash being burned and the ultimate right there are pretty key abilities for this side here of People of Gaming. So I'll have to see if a teamfight erupts here fairly soon. That's definitely going to probably be a teamfight loss for People of Gaming. Without that ultimate's the only thing keeping them with like their solid engage and teamfighting prowess here. So I'm interested in that. Rapid Rabbits trying to check all the boxes, get vision around Baron, get deep vision in the enemy jungle, make sure they have mid priority, make sure they have the Shen split pushing when he has ultimate. I hope is their next on here, but well, he sees people there, and they, yeah, they're gonna back off. But yeah, there's Dark Rents, but he's actually out of position. There's a nice wall behind him, so not able to do anything and run away. So a free kill on this Tom Kench. He just does not have flash up right now, so cannot do anything else. Meanwhile, Shen immediately going to the bot lane, gonna answer the split push. However, they're letting top wave push in on them, so I think the Nivea's gonna go there. So maybe they actually do the Goon Squad here on Mystical Rogue on the Kenny. They know he does not have flash, so it's like there's only so many places he can go. Yeah, he immediately runs up, but he's going to run straight in the arms of the Ezreal and Morgana, who are coming around as well. So he does know they're there now. So, oop, slow does land right there, and he's pretty screwed here. Mystical Rogue, I don't think there's any way out of that. Yep, slow is still landing. There's there's the J4 or the Nocturne. So, but they do lose the priority on Baron Vision that they accumulated from earlier, but there is a dragon about to spawn here in a few seconds, so maybe they go for this, but they have to worry about, are they going to rush Baron on the other side? They are pretty desperate, I would say, so maybe they decide to go for it on the side of People of Gaming, but they have the Nivea just proccing it and trying to force that. So Brutus Muffin, though, has to be careful. Probably going to have to use his Zhonya's on that 1v2 right there on the top side. Yeah, there's a Shen ult, though. Could actually, and a Ceres. That's such a huge shield, actually. Aloy might be taken down almost, but Brutus Muffin is going to go in the egg. There is the Nocturne ult, though, right onto this J4, and that is their main focus because he is the main Baron killer right there, and now he's taken down. Brutus Muffin somehow still surviving while in egg form. Darkrun's doing his best to take people with him, but Yep, there is a slow right there. Pocket Cookies, though, does land the root right there onto the Zaya. Samano probably about to get taken down even with his best efforts. Meanwhile, Sniper on the back line trying to solo the Zed, but he has to go back into into the enemy red team, and that's just slowly picking up all these people. Darkrit's the next person on the list right here, so Beast ain't going to take him down. And this, and literally a very delayed ace, in my opinion, here on the side of Rapid Rabbits, looking very good with this team composition. They're so strong right now. They're up 10k gold now, 12k with taking that Baron, and it's like now it's like, can they close out this game cleanly? This is what it comes down to. How good is this team really? And it's funny is Rapid Rabbits is 6-6, I believe, and the other team here, People of Gaming, they're 5-7. So both teams very close in the standings. One is 7th place and one is 5th place, I think, based on just random selection right there. Wow, Brink going for another Dragon Steel 1v4, once again dying right there. Going Black Cleaver after Warrior when you're 0-6 is definitely a little questionable, in my opinion. What are you doing, man? You're dying a bunch of times, and then you're almost turbo inting at this point. But I understand if you're J4, you do have to be engaging for your team. If your team calls, hey, we need to do this engage right now, otherwise we're going to lose the game, you're going to do it, right? Smato might actually get taken. Oh my goodness, that's so much burst damage. He just bought more AP here, so, but he definitely doesn't even be careful. There is a Lloyd coming here. The Zed is here. Does not have Egg right now, but the Baron buff minions might be able to help him out here. But oh my goodness, so much damage from him. And there is a Nocturnal. Gonna have to be a little careful. Ooh, Beast Snake messed up his flash taunt right there, but Flyers able to take 1 kill, take 2 kills right there, actually. And Mystical Rogue might be the next target. GA now complete for Flyers, so you can play super aggressively here, in my opinion. So, does get the taunt, or the fear, sorry, not the taunt. Does get the fear, but not able to complete that. And now they just bring in the Baron buff minions. Funny enough, Pocket Cookies doing his solo best solo lane impression by split pushing in the bot lane, but his team is in the mid lane right now, so hopefully he will just push in a wave and join his team. And honestly, maybe this might be game right here. Turrets are getting taken down. They're not engaging. They're not going for any heroic play. Mystical Rogue finally on the back line though, but it's just being focused down really well. But the Ezreal is taken down right now, but Inivi is still up. Double kill for the side of Brutus Muffin, and this looks like it's now game here for the Rapid Rabbits. Well done by them. Looking very dominant. Got triple Infernal Drake despite Brink's best efforts here, so well played by them. MVP, I would say, I mean, Sniper looked good. Brutus Muffin looked good. Beast Snake had some very crucial Shen ults, definitely some last minute clutch ones right there. I think I'd give it to him, honestly. Because, I mean, if you don't time your ultimate and combo correctly, it can actually hinder your team a lot more. You can hinder your own laning phase a lot worse. So, in my opinion, that's definitely one of the more important things, to have a Shen that properly manages their ultimate and communicates with his team what's going on. Despite getting bullied in lane, came out of lane only down, like 20 or 30 CS, but you're Shen, you're a tank. He was building the correct items, correct build. And he's honestly had very, very good engages, I think, for the most part. As a solo tank player, it's very hard for you to have a dominant win unless you're doing everything right, I would say. So, personal MVP for him. So, well played by him. I'm now getting invited for the next game. So, GG, well played. Definitely back to the drawing board, Brink. Maybe your brain is just turned off and you used to flip the switch, and have a better game, but we'll have to see how that goes. So we'll be back shortly, though, with Game 2 here at People of Gaming, and they'll be playing against, just to be sure I don't screw names up and stuff, People of Gaming versus Hostile GameSporteam. So stay tuned, fellas. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, looks like we're now in game 2 and People of Gaming getting their second stream game tonight here, so looking for maybe their big win of the night. Have Brink in the jungle once more, so but they are facing off hostile GameSporteam here. Definitely have some personal connection to these old players here. Altruism, nice little dude right there. Definitely gonna be trolling him this game throughout, so looking forward to that. And with that win of Rapid Rabbits, now bringing them to 4th place in the standings here at 8 and 6. Meanwhile, hostile GameSporteam did actually, I think, suffer. Yeah, they did get a win here, but they had a bye, so doesn't really count. This is actually their first game tonight, but they are sitting now pretty at 7 and 6. Meanwhile, People of Gaming here 5 and 8, tied for 7th place here. So definitely on the cusp of playoffs if they can secure some wins, especially hostile GameSporteam, one of the weaker playoff teams currently. So definitely looking to get that going. So possibilities are endless here, and something to note is they're now banning the Ezreal and Morgana bot lane. They just played against. Do not want to be playing as those champions. They're so annoying. They're so hard to gank. I think the game plan of Let's Gank Bot does not work when you play Kai'Sa, Tahm Kench, and they have Ezreal Morgana. It doesn't work. If Brink's camping bot lane and that's what's going on, it's just not going to work. And they're banning J4 away from Brink. I'm guessing he's saying, I don't want to pick this champion. I'm not good at it. I had a bad game. I'm too tilted by him. Don't want to see his face. Don't want to see his ugly mug around here. So probably a decent ban here for away from them. So we're going to have to see how this pans out, though. Definitely a lot of options here for both sides, so still available. And Zoe has banned out. There looks like there was a ban loss. I should probably remind people next week that if they're losing a ban because they're using an E-sub like Brink is, then they should be losing their first ban. But Sandra was not banned this time, so they definitely are going to pick that immediately. Meanwhile, Lee Sin, Zoe being banned away means that's Brink's Lee Sin, and that's a Zoe against Aloy, so it looks like he's getting that ban consistently, but they did not ban Lissandra this time, so he will pick that, and he will be a happy guy. So we'll have to see how Mystical Rogue plays it. He definitely could be a big playmaker on the side here. Could also go in the hands of Aloy. Both of them, honestly, can do really amazing things on these picks, so we'll have to see. But Aloy definitely didn't have the best Zed game, I'd say, last game, and it might be because of the Nivea counter pick. Then again, he picked the Zed into the Nivea, I think, so. No, he didn't. It was counterpicked, so he's good. But Vayne, Nami locked in for the bot lane. Definitely going all in with palm trees and coconuts. Definitely a good bot lane duo right here. Their names match. They're going to Hawaii. They're going to take a vacation because they're going to hoping to stomp these fools right here. So we'll have to see if they're actually able to pull that off. But Samano, getting him the Lucian here. Maybe they go for a Lucian Braum here. Definitely would be a really strong duo to just try and all in on the Vayne Nami. Could go for the Leona as well. Definitely same concept. If they go for Thresh, that's more of a safety net there. So it looks like they're going to go for the Thresh. Looking for the safety net there, where it's like one hook on the Nami and she's probably dead as long as the Vayne does not get too far ahead. But there's an Akali hover. It definitely could be flex mid or top lane, but maybe they go for the Zed, honestly. So. Or maybe they're just hovering just to troll around. I don't know, you know. Altruism is all about being a troll and fun in games. So, Rise now being hovered. Definitely seen him play that quite a few times in my day. So, he is going to go for the Rise. Definitely a strong split push champion. Definitely a decent pick in Lissandra. And it can flex and match that Lissandra, whether she's top, whether she's mid. I would hope to see jungle bans from both sides here, because there's still no jungler picked for either team. But both of them did one Lee Sin, one Jarvan ban. They go like, we're good. We banned all the junglers, guys. And like, you're not good. There's still junglers here. There's still a Gragas available. There's still Skarner, who's been looking really good. Tank junglers like Sejuani are definitely a solid option as well. So, I mean, even Xin Zhao is still alive here, or available. So, but they're going to go with the Riven ban again. I think it's the second time we've seen Mystical Rogue get that banned away from him. So, yeah, and they're going to lose their ban right now, I guess. Strategically using their ban loss here on the side of People of Gaming, so we'll have to see how that goes there. So Big Lynch looking to do the final ban here for hostile GameSporteam. So I just love their name. Every time I look at GameSporteam, it's a GameSporteam, you know, and they're hostile, so Xin Zhao being banned away. So that was banned last time in the second rotation. Once again, going to be taken away. So I have to see what does Brink actually get his hands on in the jungle here. They're going to have to pick it in rotation along with determining where their mid or top is going on this Lissandra here. So I'm curious where that's going to end up at. But Kale is being banned away. Definitely don't want to be playing against that champion. It's ridiculous late game. If you have Ryze, Kale, and Vayne, if you get past 25 minutes, you would be insane. Quite literally. So good ban right there in my opinion. But here's the Nidalee being hovered right now. I think we've definitely... We have not actually... This is the first time we're actually streaming Hostile GameSporteam just because of schedule and stuff. And they look like they're going for the Hecarim jungle. Maybe top. There's actually a really good flex here because they don't know if that's a Ryze mid or Ryze top. They don't have Hecarim jungle, Hecarim mid. So it's impossible to really pick these lanes to win. So you, at this point, you're just like, what's a safe blind pick? And can lane well against the Ryze or the Hecarim in the top lane. And can jungle well into them. Looks like maybe they're going to go for the Nocturne themselves here. Maybe they do the combo they just saw. Maybe they go for Nocturne Shen. But, they switched last second over to Sejuani. I think that's definitely a solid option. Definitely engaging with Sejuani and Lissandra is pretty straightforward and easy. Lissandra can also offer some peel against his Hecarim in case he gets massive here. So, definitely don't want that pony running over your team here. So, Vladimir now being hovered. That would make this team very AP heavy with the AP jungler, mid, and top. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. You just buy a Void Staff. And they don't see any real tanks on the side here. But maybe... Akali at the last second. What a swap right there. So, again, it is still AP heavy. But, like, maybe they go... Let's just pick Mundo. He just got super buffed here. Maybe Big Lange plays a Mundo. Maybe... Cho'Gath also got some buffs where his Q cooldown went from a flat 9 seconds at all levels to a flat 7 seconds at all levels. So that would definitely not be a bad option here. Honestly, I would love to say Mundo against Akali. Lissandra is like such a low damage team. They honestly could not kill you in my opinion. But Cho'Gath probably able to do the same thing. So probably offers quite a bit more peel, especially can just ignore the Akali shroud that's going on. So they're assuming it was Akali top on Lissandra mid, which I would assume so, since Akali tends to bully these top lane matchups better. So Ryze gonna be able to match into the Lissandra matchup though, so definitely what is wanted there, and the Hecarim is gonna go in the jungle. So, well, pretty good draft from Hostile GameSporteam in my opinion, just because of how many flex picks they were doing. You just weren't sure where they were going. And on the side of People of Gaming, though, they have a very solid team fight composition, in my opinion, whereas like they have this humongous dive threat between Lissandra and Akali. Aloy and Mystical Rogue, really old teammates here, definitely can try and combo with their, age-old communication and be able to get into the backline, be able to assassinate this Vayne, be able to assassinate this Ryze. Because honestly, if you can get rid of those two, the damage is gone. There's no more damage now on Hostile GameSporteam, so I would hope to see that, but it's going to be just hard to get through this Cho'Gath, get through this Hecarim, who's also going to be diving your Lucian, who might have, honestly, Lucian might stand a better chance, but then again, both Lucian and Vayne usually very slippery ADCs here that tend to skirt around fights, have those dashes, or in Vayne's case, invisibility plus the tumble there, but they do have the Thresh who can engage a fight as well, try and CC lock those along, but it's like, they just have so much tools to engage a fight this time on the side of People of Gaming. I have a feeling this might be a better game here for Brink and friends, so we'll have to see how that goes. So I would expect the junglers, especially Brink, this time he should definitely be visiting this bot lane. This bot lane should be getting smashed by Lucian Thresh, and if they're not getting smashed, it's like, why did you pick Lucian? So I would assume he's going to go there, go on the strong side, go in a lane that should already be winning, and make sure they win hard. Make sure they're slamming that matchup right there. Do not want to have a Lucian that's behind, because then at that point he's just a little tickle gun right there, and you don't want a tickle gun. That's not good. It's just bad. That's actually a bad word. I just made it up, tickle gun, and it's not a good thing right there. So no tickle guns from the Lucian, please. So we'll have to see where that goes. So we'll be right back with this game. It's going to start in about 2 minutes here, I would assume. So stay tuned, guys. Definitely an important game for People of Gaming, looking to get in the playoffs here and kind of sneak their way in at the last second here, along with Neuroshot Gaming trying to do the exact same thing. So we'll have to see right there. So good luck to these teams, and Stay tuned, guys. Be back in a few. Alright, guys, and we are now into the game here. Something to note is the aftershocks. There's a lot of them in this game. We got one on the Cho'Gath here, one on the Sejuani, one on Lysandra, and one on Dark Rinse here on the Thresh. So definitely some tankiness going on for free here on the blue side here, People of Gaming, but also GameSporteam definitely investing on it on their main tank here in the Cho'Gath. So something to note is Cho'Gath can silence. He can just max his silence and just ignore the fact Kali's in Shroud. He can just go like if he knows where she last ended up at, just click W on it. Yeah, she's in Shroud, but she can't do anything. She can't throw Q. She can't weave in and out. She can't do that. Use a spell, go back in it, hide around, kind of annoying stuff that she normally does. Is like, nah, you're silenced. Like you're autoing me, or you're just gonna stand in the Shroud, and you're not gonna go in and out. The only reason you go in and out is to extend your duration there. Which I don't even know if it does that anymore. Actually, I'm a little curious if that still does. Yeah, if you enter or exit, it extends the duration a little bit. So that's the only reason she would do that. So she is expecting to lose this lane. It is interesting not to see a Cho'Gath go grass, but I can understand why you're going after Shock if you think you're the main tank. And then with the Q buffs there, definitely helping you out there. So both junglers now starting on the bot side here of the jungle. So Brink's gonna get his red buff. Meanwhile, this Hecarim is going to get a blue buff. I think the blue buff at Hecarim is kind of a must start, because on jungle Hecarim specifically, because you must spam those Qs, and they just eat up all your mana. They just devour the thing. But the thing is, he has the ability to do wolves and raptors in the AoE type camps really well because of that, because he can just spam the Q. He can just use W to heal up a little bit extra there, as long as he has the mana to do it and the CDR that he gets from that. So definitely not a bad option. So I'll have to see how this Vayne Nami does. As late game, this Vayne Nami scales really well. Ooh, palm trees. You're getting a little too aggressive there. Lucky that Samano did not actually have his Q up right there. So, yep, and he's getting some good poke. Meanwhile, Mystical Rogue is bullying out big lanes right here, who's at level 1. Yeah, should be losing this matchup, I think, in my opinion. But is level 2 now. Is going to start farming the wave a little bit safer and better. So, Gonna go for the ward, make sure he's not getting level 3 ganked here, and do it while he can. So well done by him, but he is fairly low in the top lane. Is gonna get his bone plating proc right there. So level 2 now in the bot lane. So gonna have to watch that real closely there. So see if they do anything. But honestly, with Nami, it's hard to poke out this bot lane. She's gonna. The thing is, you have to burn through the Nami mana pool in order to be able to actually get onto it. Big Lane just completely ignoring Mystical Rogue most of the time. But then he gets like 3 autos with his E off, and he's won the little fight there. So is getting a little low on health, getting a little low on the mana actually. He did start Doran's Ring, which I think most people prefer not that. But Hecarim is top lane right now, does have the charge, is gonna land it right there. Ooh, the E lands from misses from Mystical Rogue, so he does not actually get that bonus, and double buffs here on Gandhi make it a lot easier. Big lane's there making sure he does not actually run back to his turret. So well done by that duo right there, and get first kill on this Akali in top lane. Definitely want to be putting her as far behind as you possibly can. Definitely makes it easier for Altruism and Palm Trees to play this game, because when you have an Akali in your face as Vayne and an Akali in your face as Rise, it's not as good as the time as if when she's not in your face. You don't want her there. But simple and quick TP, what plus a Doran's Blade there. Or Tor's Blade. Longsword, just gets her right back in the lane. She didn't miss any CS, but during that time, Big Lane got to the last hit a bunch of minions, so he gained a lot of health and mana back, and he got to do it for free right there, so not a big deal for him. So have to see how, if, you know, maybe there's a repeat gank on top, but actually there might be a fight in the jungle here at the same time that these two are duking it out. Hecarim did make an appearance there, but he is going back up there to the scene of the crime here. Mystical Rogue still has flash from earlier, did not burn it because he knew he was dead. The only way he would get out there is if he outplayed with the E and W shroud and cooldowns and stuff like that. Ooh, Dark Rents does land that sentence right there. And Palm Trees almost taken down right there. Samana, one more auto right there. Well done by him, taking down the Palm Trees. He's like, yeah, the only vacation you're going on today is back to your base, bud. So Brink now showing top lane. Big lane is pretty low, but they're not going to greed for it there. So going to be able to get away back right now and then just TP back. Meanwhile, Rise also doing the same thing here, where he's going to back and probably come back with a tier. Actually opts not to do that back right there. So pretty interesting stuff. Coconut's not able to save Palm Trees there. You can only save your ADC from so much silliness, you know, so not able to do that. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Altruism is a little bit of trouble, but actually the turret shot under break means he has to actually back away himself, so Altruism able to get some poke back. Aloy has a slight mana advantage, but that's about it actually out of that gank right there, so not too bad. Hecarim, though, about to find Dark Rends right there. That's definitely someone you want to find if you're doing that. Oh, that's actually super good death sentence right there. Lysandra coming over. The Lucian can come over right now. Very good flash right there, but they're just not level 6. They don't have the cooldowns to actually take him down. So there goes the nice little dude right there running away. Conquer on this Akali is actually pretty darn good. Big lane losing a lot of health and mana right there, and honestly that's really bad considering he actually went Hex Flash, which I'm kind of surprised about. Don't see that very often. Ooh, there's that. Ooh, he has level 6. Oh my goodness, he just got it just that wave right at the last perfect second. Just om nom noms on that Akali. It's actually pretty huge that he just won that. 0-2 now, only with the Vamp Scepter. Meanwhile, this show gets to push this wave in and then get it back off. That's going to be real nice and cozy right there. So definitely looking good on this matchup here. So down 10 CS. Mystical Rogue having an uncharacteristically, I think, poor game. But this Cho'Gath has been looking really just abusing the fact he has that little experience lead from earlier from killing him. So well played by him and the CS lead he has. So meanwhile, mid lane and the ADC position, not a huge CS discrepancy here. It's only 3 CS difference in the mid, and you know, like 7 in bot lane. So Altruism, though, now that he has that tier and he has a corrupting potion as well, he can just go absolutely aggressive as long as he has that shield up. Also has phase rush to go, you know, walk around extra fast. So definitely doing well for himself here. So, and honestly, whenever your first Cho'Gath ultimate is killing a champion, that's got to be one of the better. Oh, Descent does land on the Lucian here, but there is a pony coming down, so they're going for Dark Rends. Immediately bursts him down. Good grief. This Hecarim is doing a lot of damage. Now 2-0. Can get sped up by this Nami. I didn't even think about that earlier, whereas like this Nami just clicks E on this Hecarim, and he gets to run rampant around the map. So, ooh, good silence right there. Definitely just means he auto wins that trade right there, so you can just use that. So, Mystical Rogue, though, doing his best to heal up a little bit, get some extra autos in there. So, Big Lane Joe just going to heal up from the minions and his passive. So, but now getting to a 14-15 CS lead. If this Cho'Gath kills him once more, especially because he has his ultimate up, he's looking for it right now, honestly. He might have it if he can land the Q here. Yeah, one more auto here, and then an Anam. Oh, he's not going to flash for it. He's not going to do anything crazy, so. But Mystical Rogue pretty much has to go. I could die here. He should be worried about that. He cannot walk up to this Cho'Gath who will just click W and then eat him, so. I mean, even the Hecarim can come over and dive him, so. To fear him out of his own shroud, so. Definitely a lot of options right there, so. Pony, though, might be in trouble. Is getting pinged out, but there's a Sejuani right there, and Lissandra is coming over as well, so he's going to have to run over to his top lane right here, but Akali is coming as well. Probably going to ult for it. And there is the kill, I think, right there, but this Rise and Cho'Gath might be able to get these kills right now, honestly, so Dark Rends, though, is here. Oh, lands the Death Sentence right there, so going to help him out. Altruism going to have to greed for this kill if he can, but not actually able to. He's going to just run away with the double buffs and trade both of his summoner spells for that. And now that's an advantage over to the people of gaming, using the Kali ultimate to the best they can, baiting out a lot of players just trying to greed over. And this Hecarim shutdown has occurred, so that's definitely pretty big for them. But Cho'Gath also being taken down, so now Mystical Rogue can lower the CSD in the top lane here. Meanwhile, in the jungle, there's actually 10 CS advantage for Brink, who's just been hard farming the jungle here. Definitely a decent engage, especially with calling his teammates over. Lissandra coming over immediately, almost finishing that proto vote, I think so. But Palm Tree's going to have to be a little careful here. But actually going for Dark Rends, he might actually get this kill if he commits really well for it. But Ignite on both ADCs here. Ooh, Palm Tree's walked right into that piercing light right there, so he's going to take it down. Coconut's going to be finished off here by Dark Rends, giving assist over to Samano, and that's a 2-for-0 trade here on the bot lane now. Both the ADC and support both got kills, 2 kills, but Hecarim thinking about going mid does not go for it, so Altruism with double buffs, though, makes him extremely deadly. Up now 10 CS, I think, based on those plays and what happened around the Rift Herald pit, so early Ocean Drake, though, from Hecarim might be rushed, I think, so. Ooh, Big Lane's definitely hitting that, so. Definitely causing some nice damage and stuff, so. Ooh. Oh, Altruism gonna have to be really careful here. There's a stuns and stuff. He could use his ultimate now, maybe, so. But his best option here is pretty much save his stuff. Doesn't have any options, so he's gonna get taken down right there. Well done by Brink. Doing much more efficient ganks this time, whereas like these are guaranteed kills. I can combo with my mid laner here. Ooh, Death Sentence land from Dark Rends, and his teammates might be coming over right now. So, but there is an enemy bot lane coming over, so gonna have to be a little careful about that. Might be a little bit aggressive. Forcing the Hecarim cooldowns, I think, is pretty much all you're gonna get right there. So, not a bad option. This game is starting to get to the point where it might tilt over one way or another. Samana, though, looking to start that. Ooh, Death Sentence almost predicted right there. Coconut's probably get one more auto onto himself, but able to walk away. But Hecarim might be coming back. Meanwhile, in the top lane, this Akali is getting closer and closer to an execute range of some sort from him. But Gandhi, ooh, dodging the hook right there. So definitely playing a dangerous game in the bot lane here, in my opinion. So, however, Big Lane does not have the mana, I don't think, to really, one-shot combo Mystical Rogue right here. So, I wonder if he decides to maybe eat one of the cannons or something else. But, ooh, good lantern right there in the bot side. So, there's all this fighting happening in the top lane. Meanwhile, on the bot side, they're fighting over for control of vision so they can actually go get the drag. Big Lane's out, probably thinking about maybe TPing to help his team. Meanwhile, Mystical Rogue might be thinking the same thing. But considering big lane just being pushed under his turret, he cannot TP as fast, I think, so definitely advantage for the blue side here for people of gaming, and definitely with the engage and team fight power they have. So, oh, there's a Sejuani right here. Brink does have the ultimate. Oh, and it does land right there onto the vein right there. Ooh, but that's such a good tidal wave just to completely disengage and cancel Samana's culling right there. But maybe they immediately go over to do the ocean drag, I think. So if they start that up right now, they can easily take it down because they've just forced the enemy bot lane to back, and 3 is larger than 2. They almost have 4 now here, so it's not much this Hecker can do but attempt to do a steal with the Ghost with the Chilling Smite, but not going to try and risk his life for it. So a nice Ocean Drake, definitely going to help Mystical Rogue in this matchup in the top lane here. Make sure he doesn't get slowly poked out by big lane here, which is what you've been seeing occur here. But he's been healing up with the Cutlass, with the lifesteal from Cutlass, as well as Conquer if he ever procs that, and then his Q also has a healing as well, I believe. So I'm pretty sure it still has that. Yeah. No, it does not. They got rid of it because it was so stupid. That why does he have this? But Hecarim is up here. Gonna have actually they get spaded out, and actually Mystical Rogue might be looking for the outplay here. Might almost has it right there. There's the fear, and actually outplays that as well. So well played by him actually, and getting Gandhi extremely low to where it's actually really dangerous for him to stick around. Meanwhile, Palm Tree is going to immediately go into Samano here. Might actually have the kill if he decides to all in, but he took a lot of damage. Dark Prince is here. Descent almost lands right there. Altruism with blue buff as opposed to his counterpart here. Definitely going to be looking to be really aggressive, pushing the lane in. So Palm Tree's going to have to be a little careful here. Big lane. Ooh, wait a minute. That was a lot of AP built for this Cho'Gath. I'd be a little careful right now. He's going the Spell Vamp route. Ooh, Palm Tree's have to be really careful. Ooh, that's such a good bubble there to land, and Death Sense does go wide. TP being used in mid lane right now for Lysandra, so Lloyd does not have that for next time. That's needed. So meanwhile, Break starting up the Rift Herald right here. Definitely, I think, a really good choice. He knows he has priority in the bot lane. But his top laner just left, actually. So if someone went and checked right now, he'd be in a little bit of trouble. But no one bothered to go look because he knew the enemy Hecarim was gone. So Palm Tree and Coconuts trying their best to survive this laning phase. But Samana has just looked really dominant on this pick. He's up 30 CS now. But Altruism in mid lane up 20 CS on Lysandra. Up 20 CS against the Akali in the top lane here on the side of the game, hostile games. But the first turret of the game now going over to Samano, who's going to be playing a little safely here, but nah. But oh, here goes the pony. Actually, this might be a big turnaround. Meanwhile, on the top lane, they're committing their resources up there for the side of people of gaming and doing their own gank right there. Big lane's going down for him. Meanwhile, hostile GameSporteam survives in the bot lane right there, but there is a Rift Herald immediately being procced right here. So gonna have to be. Yeah, the tempo is starting to pick up. They got first turret bot lane. Samano immediately engaging onto the Vayne because he knows that Nami had to back there. He used the Ignite and the Flash in the bot lane, so barely survived. But meanwhile, top turret, they're probably going to get the second charge. I think Kali is escorting this in, so no plating or anything like that since that's been down for about a minute, 2 minutes here. But maybe they look now to just... This just opens the map to make it easier to just dive in mid, because now they can have vision control in the top jungle, in the bot jungle, and just roam around there. So they did get the charge off in the top turret. So Kali there. Might have to be a little careful, though, because there is a Rise up there. There is the Hecarim over there. And they now Coconuts is up there. So definitely a lot of enemy champions in the top lane. Well, there's the engage right there onto the Nami. He might actually have that. There's a Kali all in. But there is a fear right there. But he was in the Shroud still. He was not able to get escape. Palm Tree's having to burn his flash to escape the death sentence there, so excuse me, sorry, I got like hiccups or something. It's super weird. But now Aloy, Mystical Rogue, they're now starting to open up this game with the help of Brink here, so looking to get the mid turret here. Definitely might almost get it right here. Mystical Rogue almost got bursted down. I think he might have actually died there because this Cho'Gath is huge. He started with the what's this road? The Relonomicon. So he's making sure that this Akali healing does not happen. He's like not about that Conqueror healing life with Gunblade and stuff. I mean the Lucian has the the Cutlass as well, has the Blade of the Ring King completed, so he's also healing up. And then they also have the the Gunblade is now completed on the Akali. The Sejuani is going to be healing a little bit. They got the Ocean Drake a little bit, so It's just so weird to see such a spell vamp heavy Cho'Gath, but he's went Aftershock. But look how much damage it does. One combo, and that's half of Darkrance's health. Another combo like that, he gets nommed, he's done for. And that's more stacks here for Big Lane to get him even tankier. So, meanwhile, Hecarim now pushing the top side, but there is a Dragon up pretty soon. I'm assuming Hostile GameSporteam is going to think about fighting it, even though I think they scale better. Maybe they should just opt to just maybe push in the lanes and just give it up, because it's, I mean, it's not a dragon I'd go crazy for. It's just an Infernal Drake, you know, no big deal. But they can sneak it. They can sneak it. But I was like, it's not worth giving your lives and giving yourself this huge disadvantage for it. Altruism, I guess, wanted to greed for the wave, and he ults himself over. It's a little interesting. Sejuani does have Darkran's gonna have to be a little careful there. Ocean Drake only able to heal himself, but here comes the Hecarim. Gandhi thinking about engaging, but his ult is not up yet, actually. So here comes the Lissandra, and Sejuani gets such a good flank, and they're actually separating the team and forcing him towards mid. But the Cho'Gath ultimate, really good right there. Aloy gonna have to be a little careful there. There's his stopwatch right there, so gonna get taken down right now. But Mystical Rogue looking to make something happen here on the backside, but he's just being, you know, he's just sitting in there. And the triple kill for this Cho'Gath. This dude is huge. This AP Cho'Gath is so much damage. It's actually ridiculous. He just completely bursted and nommed onto the Thresh. That was the first person. He got the stack immediately, and then now he's going for the rest of the team. I was like, I'm going to eat you. Brink looking to steal again, but not able to do anything right there. So Cho'Gath now has cooldown already halfway, so that nom is going to be up pretty quickly here. Altruism pushing in mid is fairly low, so if Brink decides to go over this wall, he might actually have him here. So Snow not able to land, but Challenging Smite was used. If he had Chilling Smite, that might have actually been a kill in my opinion, but Coconuts, though, able to heal him up a little bit, and because he overstayed here, that means that the main source of safe wave clear is either going top. They have the Cho'Gath going top, and then the main source of wave clear kind of needs to back, so it's really low, so it makes it a lot easier to pressure this mid turret, which honestly a nice stiff sneeze can take it down. So definitely gonna have to watch out for side people of gaming decide if they decide to go a shoot or not here. So yeah, and they're just gonna give it up here. It's not worth defending here. Small win right there, taking the Raptors. Gold shared between the Kali and Lucian on that turret, so not a bad choice. And now goalie 2K advantage of people of gaming here. They might opt to go for this team fight here. They're definitely thinking about it. I'm pretty positive. They have a Lissandra ult, they have the Brink ult, they have Mystical Rogue, the Kali ultimate. So they have all of the tools in the tool belt, except for the Lucian Coling, but I would not stop a team fight from starting there if they see an opportunity. But they have to go on this Cho'Gath because he's going full AP until now. Now he's buying a bunch of MR because he sees the double MR carries on the side of people of gaming. He's not too scared of this Lucian, but albeit I think he should be. He's going Bork, he's going Black Cleaver. He's going to actually be shredding your armor, but if you build enough health, you can ignore him for quite a bit. Samano. But then again, if he builds enough AP, he might just be able to one-shot. It was like one QW and an E, and then you click R, and Samano's dead, you know. There's no more ADC on the enemy team, and that's all the physical damage. And then all this MR the Cho'Gath has built becomes so much more lucrative, in my opinion. So, definitely Aloy looking to clear the wave here. Nothing too crazy. 98 now in the kills, so, ooh. Big Lane's getting a little cheeky here. Definitely might looking for the all-in on Mystical Rogue. He knows he has it. There's a Nami in his back pocket coming shortly here, but Nami might be the target if Mystical Rogue sees him and decides he can go for him. Yeah, there he goes right immediately for him. Gonna have to run away, though, with Ignite, but Cho'Gath here now being sped up. Ooh, that's a good lantern right there, but it actually might bring it over to the Cho'Gath, but Lucian there as well, so they're not gonna offer that. So, whereas a Thresh, there's probably an ADC right behind him, but Big Lane getting a nice lane advantage right there. Now that means he can push top lane very safely and can just clear the wave. Ganzi, I mean, they just saw the colleague needs to back right there, so maybe they go for this team fight here. Definitely opting to use Coconuts as ultimate right there, but there is a TP right there that can't actually be canceled. Nice stun here by Aloy, but the Vayne is being focused. But meanwhile, on the other side, Darkrance's is being focused, but they haven't actually touched Samano here, so they're going to take down Darkrance. Aloy actually being taken down by the Vayne and Nami combo. Altruism using the Rise ultimate to actually get back in there, but Samano is doing so much damage here to Gandhi that he has to back off, so Definitely have to be a little careful. But that's a one team fight there on the side of Hostile GameSporteam. They get 2 kills right there. They know the Kali's not there, and that's a lot of the like burst damage that they can offer on top of the Sejuani ult and the Lissandra engaged there. So Kali is a large form of their burst damage, and honestly, the execution of this team comp, a lot of it boils down to how well can Mystical Rogue reach the backline along with the Sejuani or Aloy on this Lissandra, and then can they actually take down the target they're going after? There's going to become a point where it's going to become really difficult, where maybe Lissandra decide, or Altruism on the Rise just clicks W on the person that comes in the backline and goes like, no, you're not coming back here. You can stay away, you know, and then he essentially the Vayne and him kite it out along with the Nami, and they just pretty much prevent them from even making their grand entrance that they want to take there. So, but Coconuts definitely investing in the Ninja Tabi, looking for, I think that's a redemption here pretty shortly. Maybe the Twin Shadows. I'm not fully sure what he's going for. It could be either of these. Hecarim finishing the Triforce, but a Spirit Visage was complete for this Cho'Gath, which I mean, he doesn't have any healing yet, but I mean, like, the CDR is nice, the health is nice, definitely all the things you want on the Cho'Gath here. But Big Lynch sitting here, he sees Savannah. He might actually try and go for him there, but does not have the AP burst to take down this Lucian, who has pretty high base stats in general. So gonna have to be a little careful. Dark. Ooh, this does land right there, and maybe they'll go for this, but they decide not to go do it. Aloy throwing out the claw, he's threatening that even more. So Coconut's gonna take down this ward, but 0-3 and 7 definitely have to be a little careful. Meanwhile, this Rise almost has his ultimate up again. Palm Tree's gonna have to be a little careful though, because there's a Lissandra that's gunning for him, but actually maybe this Lissandra is being gunned for, but they just eliminate Dark Reds right there. He's definitely been a big focus. Loy able to ult himself though, so definitely really big right there. Gets the healing off, and meanwhile a team fight has erupted here. Gandhi really low right there. Mystical Rogue using the gunplay proc to take him down, but Lissandra is taken down on the other side from Altruism and friends, so definitely going for Rise on the Samano. Oh, nice Seraph shield right here. Maybe Altruism can get away, but not able to get away. Brink able to land the E and auto and run away right there. So definitely in the end a 3 for 3. All you see left though is a both of the top laners and then the jungler on the side of with honestly the Sejuani, because she's still alive, they can actually go for this Drake, but it's still Cho'Gath. So doesn't have ultimate right now though, so you have to be a little careful. Big Lynch though has no mana, so Mystical Rogue just runs into him and should realize he has no mana, and he can actually go forward to killing him slowly and carefully, but it's more like he just want to scare him off, telling him, yeah, get out of here, big dude. This is my Infernal Drake. We're gonna even it up. And Brink now going for the Skull Crab. This game is so close right here. Only 200 gold separating these teams in an Ocean Drake, honestly. The thing is, Hostile GameSporteam, they had that lead for a while, but they didn't take any turrets off of it. They had Rise trying to push in mid lane for a while, but the thing is, it's like they're just not able to develop, you know, they were not able to develop a goalie even though they had a kill lead because they haven't taken any turrets. Meanwhile, on the other side here of People of Gaming, they have all these CS differences, and that's the main reason why, even though they've taken all the outer turrets, they don't have a goal lead here. So definitely things these teams can work on, because it's like, if Hostile GameSporteam, after killing people, instead of going for, they kill people and then they don't force objectives, and it's kind of like, you have to force those objectives. You have to be pushing the tempo of this game. Otherwise, you make it harder for you to scale in for your late game carries. You have this Rise, you have this Vayne that, yeah, they're going to scale really heavily, but if you keep losing, if you lose the next team fight, how much are you losing here? You already lost all 3 of your outers from the laning phase and from good team play and coordination here from People of Gaming. So I would be a little bit there. But then again, the Baron rush on this team could be absolutely insane on the side of Hostile GameSporteam. So definitely have to be careful of that, in my opinion. So Cho'Gath pushing in the bot lane, gonna be using that. So Altruism though able to just immediately clear out these waves. Already has a Seraphs and Rod of Ages done, working on the blasting cone, or has a blasting rod. So, but there is a Cho'Gath getting a bot lane. This is going back to what I was saying. Go after these turret. Palm Tree's in a very dangerous position though. Gonna have to be quite a bit careful there. Lysandra even going forward. That's a very good two-man Ring of Frost, but there's immediate TP right there. Calling out on the back line. Gets condemned, actually. That's pretty massive that they take her down. Altruism gonna take down Aloy as well. Now it's just cleanup crew here for Palm Trees and the rest of the squad here. Maybe they even use a Rise ult to commit to this, but honestly, they can go for Baron now that they just force Brink out. Oh, Palm Trees, though, is going heavy in the paint right here, going after the jungler. However, Samana gonna get taken out of the Hecarim and finish off, and now I would say immediately just run over to the Baron, please, for the love of God. And hostile GameSports team looking to take over this game. Honestly, if I were the Vayne, you should be calling that back. You don't need to go that ham for Brink and trying to take him down. Just let him back off. You can take the team fight of 4v2 or whatever. You're Vayne. I mean, you're gonna take down this Baron a lot faster with you here, but I think, yeah, now there's 4 people up, so they do have double TP, but they do not have wards here, so they're not able to get here in time, so they just take it back immediately, and now a Baron secured here on the side of hostile GameSports team, and now it's up to them. Can they get all the outer turrets with this Baron buff? Can they actually break the base even with this? So based on how they play this out, it will determine where this game goes, really. If they immediately get engaged on, or they all get picked off and all the different sidelines are like they're doomed, you know. But a Righteous Glory completed now by this by the Cho'Gath is pretty massive in my opinion, but Gargoyle Stoneplate finish on the side of Brink here, so definitely looking to be a nice tanky boy here. So Big Lange and Coconuts and Palm Trees looking to push in mid, sharing some farm, but can they actually touch this turret here? It is fairly decently low, so a couple autos and maybe the Aftershock proc will definitely get them that, but I mean, it's so dangerous. Like, Aloy could have gone over that wall. They could have gone for an engage right there, and they immediately would have won, I think, because it would have been 4v3, because they don't have the Hecarim. They didn't have their Rise and range to ultimate very quickly, so. But now they do. They have the team together. They could do a 4-1 split, and honestly, that's what I'd be doing if I had a Rise. You have a Rise, you should be 4-1ing split, because you can always ultimate over, or worst case, you know, he uses, you know, or he just simply runs over, but doing the best. Palm Trees, though, gonna have to be extra careful. That's actually a nice that sends onto the Rise, but not gonna go in. But as long as this Cannon Minion's here, this push is still here. So Brink gonna try and auto it. They're trying to focus the the cannon onto something else. Samano able to take that down, so definitely pretty big there. But meanwhile, this Hecarim is taking their jungle, so making it more difficult for them. They're just so scared of an engage for some reason right now. Like, you have the Baron buff, you need to be pushing in the waves, but Hecarim gonna go top, gonna start pushing that in, so that's gonna be the call. Is gonna have that split going on and try and just, you know, 104 right here. Oh, Palm Trees, though, don't want to be going in too aggressively right there, but Disco Rogue did take a lot of damage, but Aloy is gonna be taken down actually, but maybe it's actually the Vayne being taken down, and there's no Hecarim in this fight. So ooh, nice Q right there from Big Lange, getting the secure return kill there on the Lysandra, and they lose 2-1 here, but they did get the top wave. I think at this point they're just trying to stop backs here. They're trying to prevent them from stopping this Hecarim on the split push, because he does have this Triforce, so he can split push very efficiently, honestly. So Altruism. Oh, there's Brink flashing forward. They know they need to take this engage, otherwise they're going to start losing parts of their base here. But Brink is almost taken down, honestly, by this Rise damage, but there is a nice cleanse by him. Nice stoning Q, though, but the Hecarim's at the base. He's going for... He's actually got it right there. He's going for the in-hit right now. Has the Baron up minions right there. And this is well played on the side of hostile GameSports team. They're just keeping them from backing. Gonna take the turret right there. So, oh, and he's looking for a return kill, honestly. Oh, he's going for it, actually. He's heavy in the paint for this, but he is gonna take it. But I think Mystical Road is gonna take him down. There's a redemption right there. Nice Gunblade active. And Hecarim thinking he's already dead, so he might as well go for something crazy. He does actually trade his life, though, for an ADC, so I think in the big scheme of things, it's not too bad of an option, considering that's their main other source of damage, just because Lysandra is going to be pretty low on damage, even though because Proto Belt is not really a high damage item. Does have Luludins, but that's mainly mana and a little extra burst to your combo there, not really adding to your actual DPS, in my opinion. So, Earth Dragon being started up by Palm Trees. This is massive. If you get an Earth Drake on the Vayne, or even on the Cho'Gath who can ult on the objectives, yeah, they're looking to bring in Big Lange, get him a stack here. So, and there is a stack for that big Cho'Gath, so he's going to be a happy little dinosaur here. So I think he's actually using the aqua skin, so he's a happy little deep sea monster. Happy deep sea monster. It's going to be a happy fish, you know, big fish though. Definitely don't want to be going against him. Definitely looking like the Loch Ness Monster almost, in my opinion. So going to be a little bit longer until the next Baron. Is now sitting at 33 minutes though. But this late game team comp of the Vayne and the Rise and this Cho'Gath honestly is also a really good late game. Is looking better and better. Up 5K on the side of Hostile GameSporteam, but they have to make sure that. I feel like they're really in palm tree trying to make sure he doesn't have a Vayne spawning score higher than, you know, that makes him lose the game. So I mean, Coconut's doing his best to enable him to be successful when he goes Vayne spawning, but like you can only do so much as support, where all you can do is put your heals on him and give him the slows on his autos and hope that your shields and stuff that you give him by doing that is enough. 3-man blast count here, looking for altruism to start pushing bot wave, hoping someone maybe face checks into this randomly and they can just immediately go for a dive. I think that's pretty smart idea, game plan right there. So definitely, clearly you can see in their mind of, you know, this is what's going to happen. They're going to come contest this, right? Like, oh, look, Coconut's going to get caught out, but actually them getting caught out, where we get to get free autos, we get to engage on Aloy and the rest of the squad there, but burning the Hecarim ult, not able to secure a kill right there. Actually split focus on their sides too. Big lanes though, going to use a Righteous Glory for it, but they did get the spot lane turret, so that's a lot of the stadium gold now being taken up for them, so it gives them extra pressure and vision into the enemy space there, so well done by them. I think if Palm Trees would have committed to going with the Hecarim onto the Aloy on the left there, that would have been an easy kill, but there is a Baron up shortly here, so definitely could be a team fight brewing here, guys. So with how fast Palm Trees with the Rage Blade board can take this, and they had the Earth Drake and Infernal Drake, it's massive. Like, this Baron's almost gone. It's down 2k, 1k, and yeah, it's gone. It's disappeared. Darkrent's gonna get killed, taken out. They're just too late to on this. They have to be there the minute they see them there. And there's a 4-man Rise ultimate right into the mid lane, trying to expedite their delivery here. And Gandhi here gonna go after Mystical Rogue, getting some little bit of poke damage and chip damage on it. But honestly, as long as he keeps Mystical Rogue away from the rest of his team and from his team, from Gandhi's team, it should be fine. There's a Sterix and Gate going off, but honestly, he's just there to distract. Ooh, he might actually get the return kill, but no, Mystical Rogue is going to finish him off. But Palm Trees has to be a little careful here. Aloy in his face, but going to get taken down, actually. Palm Trees looking to Baron up the Nexus. The minions hitting the Nexus turret, so... But there's now 4 people alive. There's only 4 of them, so Palm Trees taking random turret shot. Oh my goodness, Mystical Rogue immediately bursted down. That's actually a massive damage for taking down. And now immediately Palm Trees now pretty much has free reign. He can hit tanks. He can hit minions. He can hit people there. And People of Gaming getting taken down here by a hostile GameSporteam team. And their nice stellar stall for late game. We can take it, boys. And then having clean macro once they actually get the small advantages with the Baron. And opening up the game. And honestly, they had such a good variant taking team. They hit it, and they recognize it. That's the main thing. You see that you draft the Vayne, you draft the Rise, you draft the Cho'Gath. You should go. Let's go rush Baron, guys. It's time. You know, this is what our team comp is meant to do, and that's what we're gonna do. And then they got an Infernal, they got a Mountain Drake on top of that, and just makes it. It changes it from 10 seconds, or I would argue even 6 seconds, to 4 seconds, where if you're not there within 4 seconds, the Baron's gone. If the Rage Blade stacks quick enough, it's just eliminated very quickly, so well played by them. So another win here on the side of Hostile GameSporteam, so definitely having a good night for them. So definitely looking like they're trying to get into the playoffs and make sure, or they're trying to secure the spawns playoffs. There's still seeding available, definitely. I mean, all the teams are within, like, Hostile GameSporteam is within two more wins or 2 more losses, depending on how you look at it, between the top 2 teams here. So definitely some seeding up for grabs here for the next 2 weeks. Not anywhere close. So we'll have to see how this goes. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm now done for the night. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these games. And Definitely a very closer game here in game 2, so definitely a lot more exciting, a lot more to talk about. But if I had to give my personal MVP, think it would be, I think it would be, oh man, I think I'd get Big Lange because I was not expecting him to smash that matchup as heavily as he did, and then he was definitely doing a lot of the gauges along. Like he's pretty much starting a lot of those fights just by getting a nice pick off. You know, he's like he would get a Q on on an important target. You know, and essentially they were just picking on Dark Prince this whole game. It felt like to me, where he's like, oh, let's quick Q on this Thresh who's standing still, trying to hook me, and boom, taken down. Right, and he had really good silences as well in the team fights. Cho'Gath can definitely make a big impact in that. Altruism, honorable mention, definitely had a really good game on the Rise. But I just didn't. I feel like he never had very good ultimates, so that's why I'm giving the edge over to the Cho'Gath here. So definitely well played, and hope you guys enjoy the cast. So I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for next week. I think there's no Dragon League next week, so we're gonna come in next Thursday again. I think Dragon League has a week off before they have playoffs, so get ready and hype for that. So Week 8 of Elder will be next Thursday, so hope you guys tune in then.